Hello, my dear friends. This is Rabbi Aharon Dobinsky coming to you today from the holy city of Yerushalayim in the most beautiful country on the face of God's earth, Israel. Hope you all had a great Passover Seder and that your Chol HaMoed is equally wonderful for you. I have a story I want to tell you about that. I want you something to think about. Some of you may know this, and others of you may not. And you'll understand in a moment why I'm telling you. Everybody had maror, the bitter herbs, that remind us of our slavery to the Egyptians. You had the bitter herbs. Now, there's many kinds you could have gotten. Some had lettuce, and some used other kinds that come from a jar. Some of us went the old-fashioned way. They actually have the root of the maror. You take this root and you shred it, you grind it, so that you have fine pieces of it, and you eat it. Now, if you've ever done this before and you put that in your mouth, you'll probably go, ah, it's hot. It's really, really hot stuff. And you want to swallow it as quickly as you possibly can. But if you have any of this left over, I would challenge you to try something that you may never have tried before. Or maybe you have, I don't know. Take a piece of this. Take enough of it that it would give you that taste, that hot flavor, and put it in your mouth. And chew it. It will guarantee you, I guarantee you, it will be hot, very hot to the taste when you first put it in there. Then I want you to chew it for a while. Just chew it. That's it. Is it hot? Yeah, it's still hot. Keep chewing. Still hot? Still hot. Keep chewing. Keep chewing. Keep chewing. Keep chewing. And you're going to find something. The longer you chew, the closer you get to this point. And at this point, what was once extremely hot and extremely uncomfortable is now sweet. It's actually become sweet. How does it do that? I don't know how it does that, but it does. And it's a lesson to us all that the things that come to us disguised as things that are difficult or uncomfortable are not always that way. That quite frankly, it holds something to us that we need to know. For example, when we have problems, and I hate the word problems, you know that. I don't like the word problems because problem dictates something that is negative. When something comes to us that we're not happy about. I'll give you an example. I'm making a trip to the United States to see my children and grandchildren. And I get a message from the airline that they've canceled my flight. Do you think I was happy about this? No, I was livid. How dare you cancel my flight? What is the matter with you? Why would you do such a thing? Okay. Now, let's just back off for a second and let's remember what we're trying to teach ourselves. That everything comes from Hashem. It all has a purpose. And that purpose is always, even if we don't see it at that moment, for our ultimate good. Well, in making a few calls here and a few calls there, and after a while of aggravation, we got a new flight. And the new flight was better than the old flight. Instead of landing in Rome, it took us directly to New York. And instead of being first thing early in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning, which means you've got to get up in the middle of the night to get there, this one leaves at a little after midnight. So, it's not that big of a deal, You just postpone. You're going to sleep for a little while, and you sleep while you're over the Atlantic. Much more comfortable, much easier flight. And instead of taking the chance that you might end up in Rome, and all of a sudden Italy decides, because of the scamdemic, they want to close the airports, they don't want to do anything, and you're stuck in Rome. Now you're stuck in America. And the chances of them doing that are very small. They might do it, but you're still in America. For us, that's where our family is. So we're still in America, that's where our family is. So at the end of the day, did it work out for our best? Of course it did. It did. It was sour at first, but in the end, it was sweet. Now, we can apply this to almost anything that happens to us, to at a time where we are short on funds for survival. There's problems in our living quarters. There are problems with an automobile. There's problems with, the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. I'm sure if I asked you, you'd have all of your own lists of problems, which are really just challenges to make us stronger. You see, it's something we have to realize. When Hashem gives us a challenge, He doesn't give it to us to toy with us. He doesn't give us to be mean to us. Let me ask you, if you give your children a challenge, Do you do it to be mean to them? Of course not. And we are made, we're told in Chumash, we are made B'Tselem Elokim. We are made in the image of God. And since, of course, like we've discussed, we have no idea what the physicality of that is, we do know that it does mean he's happy, we're happy. He's angry, we're angry. And it follows all the way down the line. So we're a lot like him. He doesn't want you to be unhappy with him. He doesn't want to make you miserable for no reason any more than you would like to make your child miserable for no reason. He does what he does because it's important. Now, how is it important? The answer is you don't always know. As a matter of fact, rarely do you know. Just know that if you have a challenge, it's to make you stronger or more aware or more cognizant of things around you, or any one of a myriad of things that you need as tools to handle what's coming next. What's coming next? Well, usually a bracha is coming next. To say every bracha is preceded by a hardship. That's how you know you're getting one. It's coming your way because you have a hardship. You have a challenge. You have what we used to call a problem. But now we know better. It's not a problem. It's a challenge. It's designed to make us stronger. It's designed to strengthen us, to make our intellectual capacity stronger, to make us physically stronger, possibly. Whatever it is, we don't know. All we know is there's a purpose for it. And the purpose is to get us ready for something. So, what does this mean? It means instead of being upset and saying, why? Why? And I hate people who do this. People say, why do you do this to me? Wrong question. Don't ask why you do this to me. What is it you're preparing me for? There's a good question. You can ask that question. That's perfectly okay. Why is an accusatory question. Why would you accuse your father of doing something to you that was going to hurt you? He wouldn't do that. He would only give you something difficult because it's going to help you prepare for what's coming next. I also like the people who go, oh, what else could happen? Excuse me. Don't ever ask that question. Excuse me again. Because as sure as you ask that question, you will get an answer, and you will not be happy with the answer. Because as sure as you ask that question, you'll be shown what else could happen that could be worse. So you should be grateful. When something comes to you as a challenge, when something comes to you that's difficult, say thank you. Thank you, Hashem. I really appreciate this. I wish I understood what you're preparing me for. I wish I understood what you want me to learn from this. So I would ask you, please, help me to understand what it is you want me to do from this. This fits nicely into your daily Hitbodedut. Remember Hitbodedut? We start every day. Sometime, hopefully an hour every day, we can say to Hashem, thank you for all these myriad of things that you give us, that we appreciate so much. The things that we have that you may not have given out to every single person on the face of the earth. Thank you so much. And please forgive me if I have misused any of these things in the wrong way, if I've misused what you've given me. Remember, you have a body. That body is important. Why? Because it houses the soul. It's this temple of the soul. So you have to be careful that you treat your body like a temple, which means we don't overeat. We don't eat too much sugar. We don't eat too much salt. We don't eat too much anything, because this is misusing a gift that's been given to us. And sure as we misuse it, it shall be taken from us slowly but surely. And we don't want to be in that position. We want to be healthy. We want to be happy. We want our family to be the same way for as long as possible. So we need to say thank you. And I'm sorry. Thank you for giving me all you give me. Please forgive me any of the mistakes that I've made that would make you even consider taking any of these things from me. Let me know what they are. Help me to understand them. Give me insight. I will change. I will be as good as my word. I say this all the time. I will be as good as my word. For me, it was, you took away my business in America. You took away my home in America. You took away my car in America. You took away everything in America. And you made me come to Israel. And I came here just because I knew that's what you wanted. And surely, as soon as I came here, you took care of everything for me. Am I rich? No, I'm not rich. I'm rich in the things I have as far as friends and everything around me. But the most important thing is, I'm rich in what Hashem is giving to me. He's given me the ability to be close to people, to share the knowledge I have, to learn from them. And because of that, everything is working. So you see, even what seemed to be difficult to me at the time, impossible for me at the time, I later found out was truly a blessing. Because being here in Israel, well, if you're Jew, there is no better place on earth to be. We think America's safe. People in Germany thought Germany was safe. So not that the government would do it, chas v'shalom, but there are people in America. The incidence of anti-Semitism against Jews has far outstrips the anti-Semitism against people of color, and their numbers far outstrip the number of Jews. So think about that. Anyway, think about coming to Israel. It's important. As soon as you can get here, remember, work on our own personal geula, all the things we need to change in us so that we can be closer and ready for Mashiach. But if enough of us do that, we will see the coming of Mashiach speedily and in our days and the building of third Beit HaMikdash as well. Be well, my friends. Have a great Pesach. I love you all. You have a great week ahead. God bless. All the best.